Hi, this is Mandy from Sunflowers Indoors. Welcome back to my channel. So today is really exciting. Today is the April collaboration, or my turn in the April collaboration that RachandBella from RachandBella Craft have put together. It's a botanical collaboration. It goes under the hashtag #HowToBotanical. It runs for the whole of April. If you haven't heard of it already, then you've missed out on quite a bit. I think I'm something like about the 9th video for the collaboration. It started on the 1st of April and it runs through to the 30th of April, and then Rachel will do a kind of round up and bring it all together on the 1st of May. Again, it's a really exciting collaboration. There's some huge names involved. I will link in the description box exactly who's involved in each day. It would be really great if you could jump over to their sites and support them. Give them a thumbs up on their videos, and if you haven't already subscribed, then subscribe to their channels. That people are putting a lot of time and kind of effort into this project, and it would be really good to support them in that. Okay, so the idea of the project, as I said, it's #HowToBotanical, and it's all about discovering tips for creating covers, or using mixed media, or drying flowers, just lots and lots of different things that are going to be covered within the collaboration. Mine is actually to create a fabric tag, or a number of fabric tags even. That was a bit of a mouthful. So to get me started, what I have done is I have got some of these. These are A4, they're A4 print labels, so they're sticky labels, but they're the size of an A4 sheet of paper. So I have ordered a couple of those, and I have pulled out some fabric that I am hoping to use as part of the collaboration. So the idea is, I've got 2 pieces of fabric here, 2 different types of fabric I'm trying. I think this is an old pillowcase, and this one underneath here is a slightly thicker piece of cotton. But yeah, I'm going to give it a go with both of these, and the idea is that I am going to stick these to my A4 label sheets, and that will give me an A4 sheet that I'm hoping will go through my printer, and then the plan is that I will print the kit, the new kit from RachandBella, and I will print that onto the material, and hopefully end up with some fantastic cards to use as fabric tabs. That is the idea. I'm just going to try and separate the paper from the label, the sticky label. That in itself is a challenge. Okay, so there we go. So this is our sticky label, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just literally, this is going to be too big anyway, but that's okay, we don't mind that. So I am going to literally pop this onto our label and try and keep it as straight as I can. Okay. So even though that is not a full A4 sheet of paper, I'm still hoping that that is going to go through the printer. So that is one down, one to go. Okay. It's a bit fiddly, so yeah, just excuse me while I try and separate these, which is not as easy as I thought it would be. Okay, so that's our next sheet, and we are going to use this kind of pillowcase, if you like. Oh, a little bit further over. Okay. Don't worry too much about the creases, they will come out. And if there's any marks on your fabric, which is inevitable sometimes with some of the scraps that we use, then they can easily be covered over. Okay, so next thing is we're going to try and cut around this. Okay, so we are left with two pieces. So sorry about the rain. We are left with two pieces of fabric, and I am now going to go and try to print on this and see what it looks like. Okay, so we had success. This was the thinner material, and even with the creases, it didn't. The printer didn't take what's the word? Upset. And then with the thicker material, again, it came out really well. I've printed these a lot smaller, just because I wanted to see what the difference in size was, and I was working with a smaller piece of fabric. So you can, if you wanted to, just use these as they are. I'm actually going to take the backing off, because if I want to stitch them, the stickiness will kind of upset the sewing machine. I'm just looking at these, and they are really beautiful the way they've printed. They really show off the kit. Absolutely gorgeous florals, botanicals. Absolutely loving it. This was the thinner material, so I'm just taking this off. If you wanted to, you could probably try and save some of this for another occasion, because it's still quite sticky. So that's another option, which will make it a much more cost-effective kind of activity if you want to do that on a regular basis. So I will put that to one side, and we'll check back later to see how it is. And again, as I said, this is the material that I've printed these ones onto. They are absolutely beautiful. Yeah, absolutely love them. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I've also printed off a couple of the tags. Again, I've made those a little bit smaller, printed them onto, I don't know if you can see, you probably can't see this. This is like a linen type card. So I've printed a couple of these off, and they give a really lovely texture. So I've got those, I've got this, and I've got that. What I'm going to do with these to start off with is I am going to put them onto cream backing card that we'll use for the background. I'm not going to worry too much about the glue because I will be stitching them. So I'm just going to use a little bit of glue stick at the moment just to make sure that that is set and ready to go. And we're going to gently place these. Do you know what? This would be really lovely for so many different things, not just fabric tags. I absolutely love this. This would make, you know, if you're really clever with sewing and stitching, you could kind of make some, you know, personalised gifts for people. Oh, it's really, really lovely. So I'm going to let that dry for 5 before I cut those up. With these ones here, I'm going to get my other scissors and I'm going to actually cut around them that way if I can. One of the things that I have found with fabrics is actually the guillotine, the big guillotine cutter. That actually works quite well with fabrics as well. So if you're not comfortable with cutting, then that is another option for you. All of these will go in my scrap box. Okay. I was going to cut them with a nice little pretty edging, but I think I'm actually just going to cut them as they are. I can cut them with a slight edging here. I'm absolutely loving this technique already. It's the first time I've used it, and I really wasn't sure how my printer would react, but I do really like how it's turned out. With the card that I cut, the idea was, let me just cut these in two. The idea is to create, we don't want to lose any of this pattern, it's too pretty, but the idea is to create some additional pocket space, but we're going to do that on the reverse. So we're still going to have like a cross card stroke fabric journal card or bookmark, but I'm actually going to attach that onto the back of this particular card, and I'm going to use some Fabri-Tac for that. And again, if you want to stitch it, then you can stitch it either before or after. And I'm just going to pop that on there like so. So that we, as I said, we keep the pocket, we keep the design on the front, which is really, really lovely. But we create ourselves a little pocket, fabric pocket on the back. Really like the look of that. I am just going to ink around the edges. I'm quite a heavy inker, so you'll have to bear with me. If you want to stitch around the edges, then again, that's another option. I'm going to stitch around the edges on the full fabric tags. I want to keep saying tags and tabs, and yeah. Great stuff. And we'll also cut a little hole in this one here so we can add some lace and pretty that up a little bit. I'm just going to guesstimate that one there. We have got our other tag here. So again, I'm just going to cut this corresponding piece of fabric. The kits themselves, or the kit itself rather, as I said earlier, is absolutely gorgeous. It's RachandBella Craft. I will drop a link to that in the description box below. Really, really is pretty, especially if you are planning on any spring or early summer journals. Yeah, and it's absolutely huge. It's full of pages and tickets and tags and tabs and pockets and all sorts. So it's a ready-made kit for you, ready to go without you having to think too much about how you're going to put it all together, which is always a bonus. So I don't know if you've been watching the rest of the collaboration. I have been following, and it's been so much fun. I absolutely love learning from the collaborators and crafters out there. You just learn some amazing stuff. And yeah, this type of event is a big thing to pull together. But, you know, when it comes together, then you have just such an amazing time with it. Okay. So we've got these two tags here with the fabric on the back. With these now, I am going to cut them out. Okay, I'm just going to pop and stitch these really quickly. So you've got a couple of options with these. There's a little bit of card that I've left on the outsides of the fabric, just because I wanted to be able to kind of grungy that up a little bit. But if you want to cut it then closer, then the stitching obviously will stop any fraying. You can see the difference. Just a little bit of inking makes it kind of, I think it gives it more of a vintage feel all round. So yeah, that is kind of my preference, but they do look beautiful without it as well. So we have got 3 fabric and card-backed tags, and these are really nice sizes for your journals. You can even add pockets, you can do whatever you want, leave it blank for journaling spaces, whatever, but there's 3 of those which I think have come out beautifully. And then of course we've got these, which are again from the same kit. These are printed out on the linen card, and I have got somewhere some ribbon just to pop in there. So yeah, 3 fabric tags, large tags, journal cards, and as I said, I've put fabric on the front of these, stitched around it and backed them with some linen cards, and they really do showcase the kit beautifully. And then we've got the 2 smaller, I've printed these off on a smaller ratio, printed them onto the linen card. You can see it, I think, the texture, which looks almost fabric-y in itself, and I've just put some little fabric pockets on the reverse of that. So different ways with fabric, with journal cards or tags or bookmarks, whatever else you would like to use it on. Hope you enjoyed it. I've loved making these, and I will carry on. I think there's going to be a mass make project in my near future. But just to recap, this is a collaboration that RachandBella Craft are running for the month of April, and it is #HowToBotanical, and loads of different collaborators. Their details are in the description box below, as is the link to this beautiful kit. Please support them, please show them a little bit of love, and yeah, it's been great spending time with you again. So until next time, as always, take care of yourselves, and we will catch up soon. Bye for now.